Ted Brooks with the Sports Prophets, and welcome back to college football, the first college football breakdown of the 2021 season. It's going to be two breakdowns. We're going to have a new format moving forward. I'll get into that in a second. Watch the entire video if you want the breakdown between the UCF Knights and the Boise State Broncs, and two breakdowns, and the Duke Blue Devils and the Charlotte 49ers. So we're doing two games. One's going to be tomorrow night, Thursday night, September 2nd, and one's going to be Friday night, September 3rd. Before we get into any more details, subscribe to the YouTube, please. We've given you guys a hell of a 2021 so far. For those of you who are just on the baseball videos and haven't been watching the basketball and I'm just on the football and haven't been watching basketball and baseball, 65% on the year on those two sports. I'm not going to take credit for NBA. There is no NBA involved in that 65%. It was college hoops and pro football. Now, here's what we're going to do for football moving forward. College hoops and pro baseball, I'm sorry. Here's what we're going to do for football moving forward. Wednesdays, we're going to be giving you breakdowns for Thursday and Friday action. And then Fridays, we're going to be dropping breakdowns for Saturday and Sunday action, or maybe Thursday. We'll see. We might be dropping Saturday's games tomorrow. We're going to kind of dig into that. But understand that moving forward, there will be no more day of football games. Everything will be early and often because we appreciate you guys, and we know you guys appreciate us, and we want to give you guys time to watch the videos and utilize the information that we give you in these videos to make yourself some nice profits. Excuse my, this is going to be a long video for me. Still on that recovery with the breathing, so let's see how this goes. The first game is the Golden Knights. The UCF Golden Knights, second in total offense last year, eighth in scoring. Listen, they have had a high-tempo offense for a while. Let me put this into perspective for you guys right out of the gate because you know I have a personal attachment to UCF. In the last 4 years, from 2017 to 2020, this team has put up 40 points a game on average 4 years in a row. That's incredible. And they have a quarterback returning, Dillon Gabriel, who's one of the best in college football right now. The Knights' defense last year was terrible, 117th, giving up 33.2 points per game. Very bad. But they have a new head coach who is looking to turn this thing around, Gus Malzahn. He went to AUBURN, and he turned that team into a powerhouse team. Let's see what he's going to do with UCF, starting with the defense. He actually brought one of his players over, Big Cat Bryant, a nice big defensive lineman, and we're looking forward to seeing what he could do. You know, Boise State, they had a disappointing year last year. They were 5-2. They got beat up bad in their last game against San Jose State. They opted out of playing in the in the bowl game. And now what they're doing is they're looking to bring it back this year and get back to Boise State form because they are one of the best teams in their conference. And they have been for a while. They have a new head coach, Andy Avalos. He left his job with the Oregon Ducks as a positional coach to come be the head coach here. They have big hopes for him. They have Hank Backmeyer returning at quarterback. He has plenty of weapons behind him, but he has some concerns. They led the Mountain West Conference last year in scoring at 33.9 points per game. Very proficient offense, but like I said, he has some concerns, the quarterback, Backmeyer. He was held to one touchdown in 6 of their 7 games. So he can be stopped, especially with these key defensive additions added by Gus Malzahn. We look at the Broncos, who lost their top 2 cornerbacks. Very important message here. They lost their top 2 cornerbacks. UCF is favored by 5 in this one. It opened up around 3.5. Dillon Gabriel can have a field day on this team. And we're betting on it. We're betting on Dillon Gabriel to have a field day and beat this Boise State team by a touchdown or more. We're going with the UCF Golden Knights in this one, -5. Guys, we have another game coming up. We're breaking down a game between Duke and Charlotte. But before we do, we're going to take a stop. I have a game on Saturday that is absolutely lights out. I have never, ever, ever shared one of these games before with anybody online that hasn't been a private client of mine. But I'm going to do that today. Okay? So what I want you to do is text the word COMP, C-O-M-P, to the number on your screen. Text the word COMP to the number on your screen, and you will get a free computer simulation game from our floor. It's a game that we've been waiting for, and it's coming up on Saturday. Text COMP if you want to take part in that. Now, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you follow the Instagram also, and I will get right back to this game. All right, so our second game will be Friday the 3rd at 7 p.m. The Duke Blue Devils are taking on the Charlotte 49ers. Duke had an awful season last year, 2-9. Former quarterback Chase Bryce is now at Appalachian State, handing over the reins to Gunnar Holmberg. He has to stop the turnover bleeding. They led the nation in turnovers, 39 turnovers in 11 games. That's a recipe for losing. Holmberg is returning, and he's going to be an important piece to the puzzle, and so returning are 8 other offensive starters. That's 9 out of 11 very important offensive pieces. Unfortunately, the 5 players that's not coming back for Duke on defense is going to spell big-time trouble for them. Charlotte was ravaged by COVID in 2020, which is why they didn't have such a great record either, and they played so few games. They had 10 players back on offense, led by quarterback Chris Reynolds. He threw 8 touchdowns and 2 picks in 6 contests. Not awful, not great. Overall, just a subpar performance, I guess, but their defense subpar as well. Their defense ranking among the worst in college football, giving up 32.5 points per game in the last 2 seasons, and they're hoping that they can do something against Duke here. Duke has a weak offensive line. If Charlotte can tee it up against them a little bit, it could be a recipe for disaster for Duke. Looking at Duke, though, and like I said, Duke is losing a big chunk of that defense from last year, so don't factor this score too much, but Duke slaughtered Charlotte last year, 53-19. Charlotte's looking for revenge, I can tell you that right now. Here's the thing. Both of these defenses are so bad that I think we have to look at the offenses here, and I think Charlotte has a little edge on offense. Duke is only 1-5 against the spread in their last 6. They've struggled on the road where they've only won 1 of their last 9. We give the edge to Charlotte on this one. They're 6.5-point favorites. Buy it to 7. Charlotte plus 7 points. They're not going to lose by more than a touchdown. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a nail-biter. Maybe not such a great game, but it'll be close nonetheless. Guys, first college football of the year. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back tomorrow with more college, more NFL, more MLB. Who knows? But we will be back tomorrow. While you end this, if you've already subscribed like I've asked you to, thank you. And if you've done that, then share this with a friend and have them subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.